you heard that intro, on a more somber note here, that was, as you heard, the National Streaming Sports founder, John McGraw, better known as Mac. And unfortunately, Mac had passed away this past weekend. For those of you who've been watching, following the Mac and Jack Sports Show through the National Streaming Sports Network, whether it be on Roku TV, Facebook, or whatnot, Mac has been absent there for quite some time. And he's I don't know what type of cancer Mac has had, but he's passed away. And I've known Mac for about 5 years, and he had a dream of getting a national sports talk show that envisioned a podcast live stream. And then he envisioned a podcast, a live stream talk show, kind of like myself here, and I met Linda online, his wife, widow there now, online, and she reached out to me and wanted to add me to their platform, and I ended up doing a show with him and Jack for a few years. And I want to say about 3 years. I used to do the Mac and Jack Big Sports Show 30 minutes on, and I thought Mac was just a really hardworking guy. Him and Linda both driven. They had this. It used to be called the Northeast Streaming Sports. Then it spread it out, and you got a guy like me. I'm in the South here in Nashville, and you got guys all over the country here. That's part of their program now, and it's really blossomed into something because he's a very hardworking guy. They got big names that I could only dream of imagining them having on their program. Phil Simms, we met Jim Jeffcoat through him. I met Keith Engel through Mac, who helped me get this background set up, showed me how to go about doing that with getting a green screen. This StreamYard was recommended by Mac, so I owe a lot of my success to Mac and Linda for that matter there. Met Sonia Pearson through them as well. Jamie, the Philly sports guy who's getting well known. Jamie was on a show with Skip Bayless the other day, so he's really coming up. And I kind of went off my notes a little bit, but anyways, back to my notes here. It's just one more death to a person in their prime from cancer. And, I wrote down some notes here. And for those of you who follow my program, I've mentioned people like Bernie McGurk, who worked with Don Imus years ago. He was a sidekick. Then he had a show, Bernie and Sid, really big in New York City. Listen to the podcast. Very funny. They finally get their show going. He's like 60, 61, but the guy's in great shape physically, thin, quick on his feet, funny guy, and gets cut down. He gets prostate cancer, and they think he's going to recover, and he doesn't. He died a few years ago. A few years before that, I want to say in 2020, I think he died in 23, back to 21, February of 21. Legendary guy, whether you like his politics or not. Very funny, controversial personality. Rush Limbaugh died of lung cancer in 2021. Man, I mean, just guys that are working every day, wanting to live. Mac wanted to live, I was just driving a guy the other day from Australia. He was doing Uber. And this guy was here in Nashville area. He wanted to see the Country Music Hall of Fame. He says, he said that the treatment for cancer is killing me more than the cancer. He said, I know it's eventually going to catch up with me. So basically that was this was one of his, what do you call it, things to do before you die. Bucket list, events going to Nashville Music City. So between those guys and did just, I don't know. I got to thinking about all this over the past few days when I first heard it from Sonia, my friend there, calling me on Saturday. And I think about these billionaires, your Jeff Bezos sending a bunch of celebrities up to space, and Elon Musk going to space to help the astronauts out. And I know that's kind of a controversial name, but, he's a smart guy. Elon wanting to, talk about saving humanity and all this stuff. And we got an ambitious president here in America. And I'm thinking, this is the second leading cause of death in the world. Same thing in the United States. 10 million people a year die of cancer. 10 million people die of cancer. And second only to cardiovascular heart disease. So, that's way more. I think it's like 9 million, something more than the COVID virus. So I do believe that these tycoons, these global elites, your Richard Bransons of the world, also a billionaire, and should get with these governments, not just here in the United States, but around the world. Dan Dave Harris, I met online. Let's Talk Sports. I've talked about him. He had cancer, died. Don't let me forget about my man Dan out of the UK. Add him to that list. But I just think that they should get some kind of cancer research committee together and put the kind of stress and expedient and importance on this. Put that space stuff to the side. I don't have any issue with that, but just put all that to the side and say, let's do something about this. There's too many good men and women around the world being cut down in their pride. And trust me, I'm a spiritual person. I understand we're all going to die at some point. If that doesn't kill us, maybe old age would, but I'd just like to see not cancer, anything but cancer. And I'm glad we've got the research done and we've preserved guys like Magic Johnson with the HIV virus and whatnot. But just get all these elites together with the governments, with the best minds on the planet in the medical research field, and let's get this thing done. Let's stop this cancer. I'm more mad than I am sad. Of course, I'm very sad, John. I wanted to see the network blow up, but not getting on the soapbox about it. But I'm just so frustrated with it. Guys like Stuart Scott with ESPN, one of my favorites, one of my heroes in the sports talk industry, died of cancer, taking him out. So, but anyways, get some kind of committee together, and give an annual update of where we are, what we need to do to make that next step to end this disease and get the care for it. Okay. I knew I would end up going longer on that than I expected, but it is what it is. Thoughts and prayers with the family there at the National Streaming Network, Sonia Pearson, Jamie Pax, Keith Engel, and obviously Linda, the widow, Linda McGrath, a good friend as well. Shout out to you.